If you have questions or suggestions for future podcasts, please submit them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. December is Christian Month. Hi, I'm Dave Arnott, the Christian Economist. It was not officially declared by any governmental entity. It doesn't have to be. Just look around. It starts with Thanksgiving and it ends with Christmas, the most celebrated holiday event in human history. Gift giving, Christmas trees, lights, Santa Claus, office parties, family gatherings, they're all part of Christian Month. Yeah, Deloitte's holiday retail sales analysis says consumers will spend $1,652 each on Christmas. Now, I made this observation while attending the CEO Summit at Liberty University recently. Independent reporter Lara Logan was complaining that every other group had their month. There's Gay Pride Month, there's Hispanic Heritage Month, there's Native American Heritage Month. She accusingly asked, why isn't there a Christian month? It was a formal presentation, so it was inappropriate for me to shout out December. But December is, quite obviously, Christian month. Black Friday. Now, Black Friday got its name from the day when retailers went from red to black in profit terms. Without Christian month, they wouldn't make a profit. This year, shoppers spent $9.8 billion, an increase of 7.5% from last year. That's just on the one day. And Cyber Monday was shaping up to be a giant Christmas gift to retailers as well, because 63% of Americans shop online for Christmas gifts. By the time Christmas arrives, each American will spend just north of $700. That's on gifts alone. We give gifts because the wise men brought gifts to celebrate God's gift to mankind, Jesus, the God-man. Gifts. The wise men brought gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Gold because he was a king. Frankincense was used by Jewish high priests in the temple, and myrrh is an embalming spice, which of course predicts his death on a cross. Some people complain that Christmas starts too early, but Halloween is not too early for me to celebrate the birth of my Savior. People complain that it's become too commercial. Well, only if you let it. Others will celebrate the way they wish. For me and my family, the reason for the season is the birth of Jesus. It's Christian month. If baby Jesus was laid in a manger during Christian month, it was probably made of stone. Wood was scarce in first century Israel, so farmers would take a large stone and they'd carve it into a dish shape that would hold water for their cattle and sheep. So Jesus was probably laid in one of those. He was laid in a stone enclosure, but he didn't stay there long. His father took him out and cared for him, and of course his mother nursed him. Why December? Well, just under half of us start shopping for Christmas in October. Now, that seems pretty early, but it does help out spread out the shopping blitz as the holiday gets closer. If the shepherds were out with their sheep when Jesus was born, it was probably September or October. That's when sheep were allowed to graze on a harvested field to eat the remaining straw. Another reason for Christmas to be during Christian month was to supplant the pagan festival of Saturnalia. Hope I pronounced that right. Pope Julius I made that change to coincide with Christmas with the Roman celebration of solstice on December 25th in the year 336 AD. Pagans who lived in the northern hemisphere saw the sun slipping lower in the sky, and they believed they had to make a sacrifice to the gods so the sun would return to warm them. Now, there's also pretty good evidence that the prehistoric Druids who lived in the British Islands celebrated the end of the year with a wood henge, then moved to a stone henge to celebrate the new year. Only faint evidence of the wood henge remains, but of course the stone henge is still standing. A tax. A tax was involved in Christian month. Luke 2:1 reads like this. There went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. Much like today's licenses and permits for everything from plumbers to hairdressers, the tax and census that accompanied it produced a receipt that was necessary to conduct business in the world at that time. A tax was necessary to fulfill the Old Testament prophecy that Jesus would be born in Bethlehem. Now, a few verses later in Luke 2, it explains how Joseph went, quote, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. So, Jesus was born in Bethlehem instead of Nazareth, where his parents lived. Saint Claus, the best-known character in Christian month, is a saint. Santa Claus derives from a real person, Saint Nicholas, who was a 4th century bishop of Myra in what's now Turkey. He was a kind and generous saint who provided the dowry for a family of poor daughters. To make the gift anonymous, he tucked the coins in the girls' socks, which may have been hanging on the fireplace to dry. This tradition of gift-giving explains why Giving Tuesday occurs the last Tuesday in November, leading us right into Christian month. More about Santa Claus. Dutch families in New Amsterdam called St. Nicholas Sinterklaas, which led, of course, to our current title, Santa Claus. He was portrayed as wearing a bishop's robe until Coca-Cola put him in red and white for an ad campaign in the Saturday Evening Post during Christian month in 1931. December has been Christian month since the 4th century. Shopping, gifts, the supplanting of pagan rites, taxes, helping the poor, and the star of the show, Santa Claus, are all bound up together in the most celebratory month of the year, Christian month. Then about at the age of 32, Jesus suffered a terrible death by crucifixion, perhaps the most terrible way to die. He was laid in a stone enclosure, but he didn't stay there long. Ready for Easter? I'm Dave Arnott, the Christian Economist. Fear God, tell the truth, earn a profit. See you next time. For more information, please visit us online at davearnott.com. If you have questions or suggestions for future podcasts, please submit them online or in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.